I want to talk to you about faith, and it is an interesting time in our culture to be a person of faith. Faith is not seen as cool by people. Faith is not one of the characteristics that people most admire about people. If you ask kids, hey, what do you want to be like when you grow up? Not a lot of them are going to say, I would like to be a person of faith. That's not the thing that grabs people's minds right away. Matter of fact, the way that our culture thinks about faith is as if it is more strange, or out of step with the way that we think about the world now. I want to read a few quotes about faith to help us see how people can sometimes think about it. It says, one of the greatest tragedies in mankind's entire history may be that morality was hijacked by religion. Or this one, religion is, because it claims a special divine exemption for its practices and beliefs, not just amoral, but immoral. Religion poisons everything. Or this last one that says, every day people are straying away from the church and going back to God. You know, if you look at stats on faith in our country right now, the amount of people who think about faith as one of the most important parts of their lives is plummeting. People who go to church regularly is plummeting. There's a large rise in people who they call the religious nuns, people who have no particular faith that's important to them at all. This is an interesting moment in our culture for faith. Not everybody's angry at faith, though. Some people may think that, you know, they're not angry at people of faith, but they do think that faith is something that is outdated. You know, something that's like, you know, faith is for a time when we didn't really understand the world. We didn't know what was going on around us, but now we do. That's just strange. Or still other people who think of faith as it's a fine thing, but they would put it on a list of other nice things that you could have if you want to be a notable citizen. You show up to work on time, and you don't let your grass get too long. You mow it, your grass is looking nice. And you're a person of faith. But the way that the writer of the Hebrews, and we're going to be looking at Hebrews 11, talks about faith is as if it's a lot more than that. Because the writer of Hebrews is going to tell these Christians that they need to live by faith, not just with faith. Not with faith as one of the things on the list, but to live by faith, that every area of their life will be lived out by that faith. And someone may say, but why would he need to say that? If he's going to say, hey, don't stop gathering together around Jesus because that's what keeps your faith alive, or to encourage each other, that's what keeps your faith alive. Isn't faith just a crutch? Why would it be that important? And here's one of the things I want to drive home is that faith is not a crutch. It's more like a stretcher or a gurney. And here's why I would say that. You know, with crutches, you know, you still got one good leg, so you just need the crutches, kind of help you hop along. Whereas without faith, we are completely helpless, hopeless, no way to get to our destination. Faith is more like a stretcher or a gurney in that it carries us to the one who has everything that we need. It connects us to God himself. So with that in mind, we're going to look at three things that we learn about faith, why it's so important, why it's more of a stretcher than a crutch.